Hi guys, and welcome to this week's edition of Dicing with Death, where we totally didn't screw up and just do 10 minutes of D&D only to realize that music was playing and Ryan was muted. That absolutely did not happen. Those of you on YouTube, you're fine, don't worry about
Absolutely
it.
did not happen for the second week in a row.
No, no. So yeah, um, what happened last week? Well, last week, Qualneer the Cunning got himself into some trouble. There was this knight named Sir Holder that worked at the castle, and Qualneer got to this town, and there's all this shit about the gilded people and the gold, not gold diggers, but the gold crafters club, the goldsmiths club, or guild or
Union.
whatever union.
Gold
Um,
Diggers Club.
the gold diggers club, and Qualneer is trying to figure out what's going on with them, but they're pretty secretive and not very willing to relinquish information, even for good money. So Qualneer backs out and decides, you know what, we're just gonna like steal a bunch of shit from the castle, from the keep nearby. So he gets in good with a prostitute, a very nice prostitute, and she gets him in some information about where the treasury is. And so he decides to go and sneak in. And his method of sneaking in is to seduce one of the gay knights there, and then poison him.
The only gay knight, as far as we know. This isn't a castle of gay knights. Not that there'd be anything wrong with
There
that.
could be. This is the one I know of. There might be more. I don't know.
Okay, carry
Um,
on.
so I sneak in, or I convince him to bring me into the castle. I poison his wine. Poison takes a little while, so I give him a few minutes of time, if you know what I mean. And then he dies, and I try and go and sneak into the treasury, but I end up having to like kill 5 guards in the process and drag all their bodies into the
If it was
room. And
more
it's
than
kind of,
five, we should probably count that up so we can get you XP
yeah,
if it comes to that.
it's kind
You
of a
survive long enough.
clusterfuck. I think that's the right term.
In more ways than one.
In more ways than one. And then I finally managed to sneak down to the treasury when the entire castle's on guard, only to realize that there is nothing in the treasury other than these 2 trees growing in this dank dungeon and a body strapped between them. Um, so Qualner's pretty pissed off about the trees, or about the lack of treasure down there, and so he eventually like tries to escape, leaves the treasure room only to find 2 men-at-arms and a knight guarding the foyer. And with a deep breath, he tries to move silently past them to the staircase, only for the knight to turn around a few steps into it. So as we enter, our hero Qualneer the Cunning is just about to get to the staircase when one of these bastardly knights turns around.
Okay. And so the knight turns around, looks you in the eye, and we role play this encounter for the first time.
For the first time ever,
Okay. So he goes for a sword.
I've thrown my
Says,
hands in the air.
"Halt! How did you get down here?
I was hiding from the assassin.
State your name."
My name is Qualneer. I was with Sir Holder when the assassin came.
So you're one of Holder's boys.
What do you
Look at the
mean?
stain.
What What do you mean one of? What do you mean
He
boys? The
said, "How did you escape the assassin?" Looking you up and
did he have
down.
more? Were there
We
others?
for chat. We went over Neil's description. He's recovered all of his darts, so he has dozens of weapons, making
Yes.
awkward bulges all about his cloak.
Are you sure
He's
the
beaten
weapons are
and
making
battered
the
down to
awkward
2
bulges?
HP. The weapons contribute to the awkward bulges.
There we go. Yeah. Um,
He points his sword to your throat.
I just kind of keep my hands up and say the assassin came, and I hid under the bed when the battle was happening, and the blood leaked onto me. The assassin was wounded, and then other guards were in there. They all died, and I got hurt in the fight, and the assassin fled. I don't know which way he went, and I came down here to hide.
He's sort of trying to decide whether or not to trust you. Let's have you roll a charisma check. These 2 guards, by the way, in the meantime, have turned around and started moving towards you.
27. I charisma the shit
All
out of
right,
that.
yeah, charisma the shit out of it, lying between your teeth. He seems to believe your tale. Did you get a look at the assassin?
There was a knock at the door, and Sir Holder told me to hide under the bed, and then I just saw feet shuffling, and I didn't get a good look at him.
He sort of lowers his sword and uses it to open up some of the gaping holes in your clothing.
Hmm.
And who dealt you these wounds?
Uh, I kind of look around nervously. When I was trying to escape, one of the some of the guards that were still fighting with the assassin, the cloak was pulled over his head. I got stabbed by them accidentally. Friendly fire in combat, and the assassin hit me with a knife as I was running, and I sink to
Very
my
well.
knees on the floor and put my head in my hands and start pretending to cry, trying to cry, crying if I can cry on command.
Um, I don't. I mean, you're probably in enough pain that you could cry on command.
Okay. Well, then I
Got. I mean, I'm doing. I mean, yeah. You're
I'll
probably
jab
the next
myself in a
to.
wound to help
Yeah, you've got plenty
felicitate
of wounds and a very sore
facilitate.
butthole. You can bring on the tears.
Are you? How do you know this isn't my first time? Qualneer might swing both ways. You're making some assumptions about my character.
I have we rolled for sexuality?
Do we have to roll for sexuality? Can't I just
Not
determine
if
it on my own?
you can determine it on your own.
There we go. I've
All
determined on my own.
right. All right. Lord Ashenhold will wish to speak with you,
Ashton?
and he makes a nod to one of the guards who runs upstairs.
Okay.
He keeps his sword drawn, but lets his sword hand hang limply at his side.
Okay, I sob for a moment and then I get to my feet.
Okay.
Where's Lord Ashenholt?
Upstairs.
Shall I wait here or do you want me to go see him?
Wait here for now.
Okay. Um, kind of stand around on my feet for a few seconds. What's your name, sir? Sir Knight?
Sir is the only name you need know from me.
Okay. I stand around and wait.
Okay. There's silence. Yeah. He stands. He's no longer at a sword to your throat, but he's still within striking distance of you.
Okay.
Maintains eye contact. This guard leans idly against his spear.
Okay. I
Okay.
just wait.
And say maybe 5 minutes later, you hear some footsteps coming down the staircase.
Okay. I look to the staircase as I hear them.
Okay. You see a tall, imposing figure stepping down the stairs, flowing crimson robes. Why don't you roll a perception check to see how much you gather about him?
Right. Perception is 9. 23.
Okay. He is a large man, over 6 feet tall, short cropped beard and a high forehead. Despite it being the middle of the night, he does look well put together. Shoes laced. He's even got a belt thrown on over his robe, with a dagger at his side,
Okay.
a sword, and he hastily storms down the staircase, robe billowing behind him.
Okay.
He looks to his knight and then to you, and he sort of locks your gaze with
I bow as he approaches.
cold, stern eyes. All right, damn it, I don't have a sexy figure for him. Okay, where he's gonna be a ghost for now. How do I to front? Here he is in his sexy dress.
Ooh. My favorite shade of
Sexy
chrism.
lady.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite shade of crimson. I'll see
Mm-hmm.
if I can find a better one. Okay. And behind him there are 2 guards sort of following.
Okay.
He stands on the base at the base of the staircase, so he sort of towers over you.
I come up from my bow and meet his gaze.
I understand you survived the attack.
Yes, my lord.
Your name is
Qualneer?
Qualneer.
Yes, sir.
He brushes past his knight and begins to pace, no longer really looking at you. So, who is my would-be assassin?
I don't know, my lord. I never saw his face. Dark cloak, dark
He,
heavy
turn, he
boots.
turns to look at you. He dealt you these wounds, and you didn't even look him in the eye.
I
He looks you
I
up and
kind of
down,
hang my
sizing you
head
up.
in shame, and I say, I was wounded by him and by some of the other guards. I had to crawl underneath the bed. Poked myself on some of their weapons, and then in the battle, I got hit with the end of a spear, and I got a knife thrown at me, and
Okay.
this is other people's blood too.
He moves quickly to you,
Hmm.
uncomfortably close.
I take a step back.
He sniffs at you, making you oddly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Hmm. Quite the clusterfuck. And he quickly does an about face and takes a few steps in the other direction. All right. He begins pacing the room, stroking his short beard. Do you speak up?
No.
Are you
No.
still? Are you standing or are you on
I'm
your knees?
standing, but I'm kind of like hanging my head a little bit.
So, where did the assassin go?
I fled the room while the battle raged on.
Well, you're a useless witness.
I'm sorry, my lord.
Turns to face you again. Sir Lancet, find our guest some accommodation. And gives him a meaningful look. The knight nods to two of the guards, so one of them that came down the stairs, and then the other that was by the door.
Hmm.
And one grabs each of your arm.
I whelp as if I'm in a little bit of pain from it.
They sort of readjust their grip,
Hmm.
and they start to lead you towards that door.
What? Motherfucker. Okay. Alright. Shit, that's the dungeon door. As they start walking me there, I say, but I was with Sir Holder. He said I'd be safe here. Don't take me to the dungeon.
So the knight unlocks the door.
No one does anything about my protests.
Um, no one replies to you.
Damn it. Alright.
Uh, Lord Ashtonholt goes and takes a seat on the throne, continuing to think. The door is unlocked. There is a staircase before you. There is a lit torch down the hall. And they take you to a cell
Mm-hmm.
and throw you in a cell.
Okay.
They leave your things,
On
but
me?
they do on you, but they do lock the door.
Okay. Um, describe this cell to me. Is it fully underground? Is there any above ground windows?
Um, there are there are no windows.
No.
You're not sure what if you're underground or not, but
Okay. But there's no
it was
outside
yeah,
access.
it wasn't down it was like just a short flight of stairs,
Okay.
like 5 steps. Walls are stone and mortar with iron bars,
Okay.
and you are left alone in a cell to your thoughts.
Perfect. I want to peer around, see if there are what the other cells around me are like. Is there anyone else in any cells nearby?
Roll a perception check. The side walls are
29, natural
okay.
20.
On the side walls are stone.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just so there's like stone cubbies with iron gates in front of each.
Okay.
You did all but one of the cells that you passed on your way in were empty,
Mm-hmm.
and one had a figure curled in the back
Okay.
in the shadows. You weren't able to get a good look at him.
Okay. Can I hear when the guards exit and shut the door to the dungeon?
Yeah, they leave pretty much immediately.
Okay. I set to work immediately picking the locks on my door.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a lockpick.
D100, and my lockpick is 60. So 60 or lower. Oh, man.
You break a pick.
Fuck.
Um, yeah, so let's just give you a minus 5%. Well, what's the usual bonus for having a set of picks?
I don't know. I didn't add any bonus. Is there a bonus for a set of picks?
I thought there was. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's like without a set of picks, you get a penalty.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the player's handbook. Man, there's carpet on my floor now, so my chair doesn't roll.
Is that good?
No, I hate it.
Really?
I mean, it's nice on my feet, but my chair doesn't roll now. It's frustrating. Thief. Okay, yeah, so using typical thieves' tools grants normal check for success.
Okay.
Using improvised tools, a bit of wire, a thin dirk, a stick, etc., imposes a penalty on the character's chance for success. The DM sets the penalty based on the situation. Penalties can range from -5 for an improvised but suitable tool to -60 for an awkward and unsuitable item like a stick. Amount of time is D10 rounds. A thief can try to pick a particular lock only once per experience level. If the attempt fails, the lock is simply too difficult for the character until he learns more about picking locks, i.e., goes up a level.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you -5 with this
Okay.
thieves set until you get it fixed or replaced or repaired.
Okay.
So,
I want to try and bend bars on my
fat
bars.
chance.
7%, thank you very much.
Really? What is your strength?
15.
Qualneer the Strong.
Yeah. All right. 7 or lower on my D100. Do I have the right overlay up? Yeah, we got the right overlay up. 70.
Nope.
Damn it.
You are not able to bend the steel bars.
All right, I want to pull a Jackie Chan here. Okay.
Okay.
My darts are about yay big, right? They're like 1.5 feet long.
I don't think they're that big. Well, I'd say I don't know. I'd say more like a foot, including
long.
all the feathers and.
What about just the hard part of it?
I think it's like a thin needle. I mean, not thin, but it's not like.
Really?
What are you trying to do with it?
Jackie Chan my way out of here.
I don't know what that means.
I'll explain it later, but I'm trying to get some solid information on my weapons so you don't screw me later. Did you ever see what was that Wild West movie with Jackie Chan in it? You know, where they're in the Old West.
Like was Owen Wilson in that?
Yes.
It's crappy.
Yes.
I've seen it, but I can't even really remember.
But in it, there's a scene where he tries to bend the bars by wetting a rag, putting it between the two bars, and then using a long pole to turn it to so you can use like so you can get leverage on the bars and bend them that way. So
Don't know if that would work.
according to Jackie Chan, it works. He pisses on the rag to get it soaking wet so it
Shanghai
doesn't break.
Noon.
Shanghai Noon. There we go. That's the one.
Shanghai Nights. One of
Shanghai Nights,
those.
Shanghai Noon. I don't know. Yeah, and then they, turns the stick that goes through the piss rag to help bend the bars because now he has like full leverage rather than just like trying to do this himself. It's mechanical strength, Brian. Come on.
How
You're
smart is Qualneer?
12.
If you have the equipment, we can give it a shot.
All right. Um. So how long is the sturdy part of my dart?
Not like staff long, like maybe a few inches of like solid piece, and then a few inches of
It's like 6 inches of.
tip.
That's not enough to actually. That doesn't give
No.
me any leverage, so I won't even bother trying. Damn it. Okay. I got nothing.
All right, then what are you gonna do? Do you
I'm
to
gonna
sleep,
wait.
or do you wait?
You know what? I'm gonna try and fall asleep if I can. I need to rest.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die. 29. Beautiful.
Okay. You awaken sometime later to a creaking of metal
Okay.
on the ground. You open your eyes, I assume.
Yes.
Yep. All right. You see your cell swinging open and a figure stepping in.
I scramble to my feet. Who are you? Does it look like
The figure holds a torch
okay?
and kneels down, and you recognize. I think you recognize him. He's about average height, brown hair, brown eyes, plain looking.
This is the goldsmith, the second goldsmith I visited.
Yes, yes. If you can recall his name, I'll let you recall his name, but otherwise, I'm not going to remind you. Okay.
No idea.
All right. So he kneels down in front of you.
I know you.
Well, that's a good sign. They didn't beat you that badly. This is quite some trouble you stirred up.
No, I was just here with Holder. I didn't stir up anything.
He gives you a knowing smile. You know, this is really the kind of thing you should run by me before diving right in. He moves over to towards your backpack.
I try and interpose myself between them.
Okay. How do you wish to? So you're prone at the moment. Do you like roll?
I said I
between-
scrambled to my feet when I saw.
Did
when
you?
You said that you saw a figure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I will just try to like move it and put my arm between. Just like a. Whoa, whoa, whoa! This is my stuff. Back off, bitch.
Okay. He stops and sort of locks your gaze.
What do you want with me?
I was gonna check and see what you stole.
Nothing.
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 This body count for nothing?
Look, I didn't steal anything, and the assassin killed these people.
All right. Stick to the story.
I open my bag and show him
fooled.
that there's nothing here. I stole nothing. And then I toss him the bag and let him look through it.
He starts rifling through it.
Okay. In the bag, we have 50 feet of silk rope, an ink vial, some paper, some papyrus, sealing wax, chalk, I guess my personal ring is on my finger. Flint and steel, a quill, a good lock and key, a pearl necklace will be hidden at the bottom, a lock box that has strips of leather, blue glass, and a letter in it, and a map of the area, which is actually in the scroll case.
Mm-hmm. All right. So he rifles through it and comes to the lockbox.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls it out and looks inside. Flips through the things, and you see a look of surprise go across his face.
I glare at him.
Now, where did you get this?
A friend gave it to me.
He quickly glances at the letter. A friend.
What's it to you?
He shrugs. He takes one of the strips of leather and sticks it in his pocket.
Hey, that's mine.
Let's just say you've used up one of your favors. He closes the lockbox and throws it back into your backpack.
Okay.
Well, as I said, he seemed to have fooled the knights, but Lord Ashenholt is out for blood. I would lie low if I were you.
How did you get in
And
here anyway?
I'm a slender man. I tend to slip through the cracks.
You gonna get me out of here?
He nods.
Okay, what do I do?
Follow.
I put on my backpack.
Okay. He leads you back up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I go up the stairs.
He knocks at the door at the top,
Mm-hmm.
and it swings open.
Okay.
And the door opens. You see a man-at-arms standing on the other side, who steps aside,
Mm-hmm.
and you and your handler proceed to walk right out the front door.
I say nothing the entire time until we're out the front door and 80 feet away or so, and then I go, "How did you get me out of there?"
Enough coin. Man can buy all the influence he needs. Now then, that was an exceedingly foolish thing you did.
Let's just say I had
As I
some bad
said.
information.
Clearly. As I said, these are the sort of things you should really run by me. And he leads you out the front door, down a cobblestone walk, past another guard, down a cobblestone walkway,
Mm-hmm.
out a gate on the short wall that surrounds the keep,
Mm-hmm.
and to the street.
I say, so you know what's in there, treasury, right?
He was starting to walk away down the
Mhm.
street, and he sort of pauses and turns. There, treasury, you say?
Yeah. You know what's in there, right?
Do you?
Yeah. It's not a pretty sight.
What did you see?
It'll cost you.
He tosses you a pouch.
A body slung between two trees. Nothing else. Looked like the body had been, poorly handled. But there are two trees growing underground in the treasury, and a body, and nothing else.
Doesn't really sound like treasure, if you ask me.
Yeah, I know. I got to go talk to a certain somebody and tell her that she has very, very bad information.
I think you would do well to forget what you saw down there.
Half thinking about forgetting this entire town and moving on. This place is complicated. And apparently no one that I'm allowed to steal from has any treasure, so...
The world's complicated, son.
What the hell's going on in this town? What the fuck is up in here? This place is ridiculous. I can't even remember where I come from, and this is the most ridiculous place I've ever seen.
He laughs, and then turns and starts walking down the street.
I head back to my tavern.
Okay.
And I want to kick it. Oh, I looked through the bag that he threw me.
There's 8 gold inside.
Bastard.
Bastard.
8 gold for that information? I killed like 10 people for that. Alright, I'm gonna
Not my
go.
fault you didn't do any good looting.
Yeah, I'm gonna go lick my wounds in my tavern for the next 8 days to
Or
recover.
tavern. I think it was like the Leaping Fox or something.
Something like that, yeah. I need to heal up, so I'm gonna go
Right.
hang out in town and drink and eat and contemplate my purpose in the universe. Is that what it is? I had a math teacher who in junior high, and whenever anyone was getting like too rowdy or dicking around or whatever, he'd send them to go sit in the hallway and contemplate their existence in the universe.
Is that Mr.
Mr. Sheffield or something like that.
Oh, okay. I know.
No,
That would have been high school. Saltishik or Slater?
Saltish, just Saltishik.
Okay, yeah, I had him too.
Yeah, yeah,
That sounds like something he would say.
yeah. Slater was fun as well.
He always called me Mr. Huffchild. I don't think he ever knew my name.
In his defense, you have a weird last name.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Okay.
still don't know how to spell it. After 25 years.
Okay. They started after 10 minutes of muted Ryan and loud music with Neil playing really solo D&D. Okay. So you return to your tavern and return to your room. I will assume that you had it paid through tonight, but not any longer.
Right. I will. I mean, I'll be having all my meals here, sleeping here. So I don't know how much you want to charge for.
Yeah, I don't remember what we were saying.
This was a nicer place, so I think I was paying silvers.
Yeah, let's say 3 silver a night for food and lodging. Are you
Okay.
drinking on top of that?
Yeah. I mean, I have 100 gold. I'm
Okay.
enjoying life.
All right, let's do 4 silver a night then.
So
5 silver if you're buying drinks for others.
sure. So let's say 5 times 8 is what, 40? So that's 4 gold.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Is there anything you wish to accomplish?
In that time, hopefully I can get some experience.
Yeah.
Resting at period. During, the only important things I'll do after I've healed up. So that way, I'll wait until I'm healed and then I'll go do shit.
Okay, all right, so let's do experience. So we had 1 bugbear. That's like 175. Yeah, 120. So let's see. All right. So let's say 120 for the bugbear. Let's make that let's make it 300 for that whole adventure. The
Total of
bugbear.
300?
Yeah, the
Okay.
bugbear and finding the mage
Okay.
and stealing his healing potions or his healing poultices,
Right.
and then drinking a healing poultice and learning the hard way that you're supposed to apply them to a wound and not eat them.
Hey, shit
Did you end up
happens.
applying one?
Yes.
I think you did.
I think
So
so.
if
'Cause
you
I don't
want,
have
you will-
I don't have any healing poultices on me anymore.
Okay, yeah, you did apply one. Ouch. Okay, so you do gain 1 HP the following day as a result of that poultice.
Okay.
So you could cut it down to 7 days of rest if you'd like.
Sure. I'll give myself another 5 silver.
Okay, and then in this town, you haven't really tied up any loose ends. You've learned a lot of information, but I'm not going to give you experience for that yet. The whole breaking and entering and Qualneer the psychopath episode.
Look, I learned a lot from that. That was an experience.
Yeah, hold on a sec. Let's go.
It was a very educational experience. I want to go talk to our
What was the body
prostitute
count?
friend.
I think it was like 6 men at arms in one night.
Yes. In addition to Holder himself.
Holder was the one night.
No, there was I was under the impression he was a knight, but I guess he could have been men at arms. There's a guy who wasn't wearing any armor and like walked towards me. Like
There were
came down the hallway. Okay.
none of them were wearing armor.
Okay. I was under the impression one of them was a knight, but I guess he could have just been a man in armor.
Yeah. 330 for the slaughter. And I don't see any reason to give you any quest EXP.
Okay.
You can make it an even 350 for talking your way out of getting killed and only winding up in the dungeon.
Okay, so 650 total.
Okay. Sounds good.
Wait a minute. Hold on. 650 times 1.1. An extra 10% for high dex. 715 plus 2997 brings me to 3712.
When is...
My next level up is 5,000.
Okay.
So I'm a ways away. Okay. After I'm fully healed up, I'd like to go say hello to Rosalind. That's not her name, though. Is it?
No, I think it was Michelle?
Michelle. I'd like to go say hello to Michelle.
All right. Okay. All right. You go to the same tavern that you had seen her at before?
Mm-hmm. And I go up to the guy and say, hey, is Michelle around?
What time of day is this? Or are you doing this like the morning that you're finally at full HP?
No, I'll take my time, have like a slow breakfast. I'll go in the early afternoon. Maybe just before noon, because I guess we get up with sunrise here, not at 10.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll go visit Michelle then.
All right. Ask if Michelle's in. He sends a busboy upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Who returns, whispers something to him. He says, I'm afraid she's not in. Would you like to leave a message?
May I ask where she is? We had an appointment.
He shrugs. Not my business.
No message. Thank you. Uh-oh. I don't like this.
Bum, bum, bum.
I walk back to the guy on my way out and say, when was the last time you saw her?
It's not really my business to give out information about my clientele.
Oh, I'm sorry. I reach into my pocket and slide a gold onto the table. I'm sorry. I thought I'm just a friend of hers. You know, we had an appointment.
He picks it up. He's about 8 p.m. last night.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, actually, can you, if you see her, tell her Qualneer is looking for her. I'd appreciate that.
Qualnerd.
Qualneer.
Qualneer. Will
Qualneer. I curse at him heavily in Elven. And walk out the door. Shit. All right, I want to go to a blacksmith and get my lockpicks repaired. Or replaced.
Okay. Any preference? There's at least a couple blacksmiths. Probably like 3 blacksmiths and a weaponsmith and an armorsmith.
I will go to the weaponsmith, actually. No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, blacksmith. I go to one of the blacksmiths, whichever one.
Okay.
And do you want to roleplay it, or you just want to do cash transaction?
Let's roleplay it.
Okay. I walk in, looking comfortable and confident, and I say, "Hello, my fine sir. I have a job for you, if you would take it."
As long as it involves beating steel.
Some small amount of steel, yes. But if you get tired of beating that, I'm sure you can find some meat to beat.
You seem to catch him off guard, but he laughs at your crude remark.
I pull out the broken lock pick thing in question, and I say, I am a master locksmith. However, my tools here for priming and getting the uh, not pylons, pins, exactly right, has broken while I was working yesterday.
Yeah. So, he replies in drops some thief cant actually and says, yeah. You're a locksmith, but it's instead of locksmith, it's like insert the thieves can't word for
Right.
a yeah, I don't know. Yeah. You're a scully digger, and
Exactly. Good, buddy. Thanks. Whew,
he
whew.
takes a look and says, "Ooh, this has been pretty badly out of shape."
Yeah, I know. Can you fix this stuff for me, buddy?
Sure. What does a lockpick usually cost?
A set of lockpicks goes for 30 gold.
Okay.
A full set.
He says, "Yeah, I can fix this up for 10 gold."
I scowl. That's out an outrageous price. One of them is bent. The whole
He
set is
says,
intact.
"Well, this one will need to be replaced, and this one maybe too."
I don't know. I've gotten better prices elsewhere. Eight gold. 8 gold.
Sure, a haggler.
Thank you.
I'll have this done by the afternoon.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But yeah, by the end of the afternoon.
Okay. I shake his hand and tell him I'll come back. Okay. So I'm always blanking on her name. Melody, Melissa, Melinda, Marigold, Michelle. Michelle. Why is Michelle such a hard name to remember? Michelle. What the fuck is going on with her? I'm worried, but it's probably not that big of a deal. I want to scope out the town. Can you give
Okay.
me like a population size?
Yeah. Roll a perception check, or actually, charisma check, whichever is higher.
27.
Okay. Yeah, you'd guess between 2 to 3,000. Was that your perception or your
That
charisma?
was charisma.
Okay. Yeah. So you ask around a bit, talk to some of the local populace. Yeah, you'd guess somewhere in the ballpark of 2,500
Okay.
permanent residents. It does get a fair bit of trade. There's sort of that awkward, crude map of it, or a crude picture of it
Right.
over there. I don't remember why I drew that, but so there's a keep overlooking a town on the side of this hill, with this
Right.
forest extending back from behind the keep, off like the north side of the hill, northeast.
Okay. I want to go find
Any more information you want about the town?
Who's the wealthiest person in town, or one of the wealthy people in town?
Um, the the town does seem to have a strange economy. You aren't able to get the name of any nobleman or anything of the sort. There's obviously Lord Ashenholt himself.
But there are no nobles in town, just the lord.
Um, yeah, that's the impression you're getting.
Okay, excellent. That makes my
Yeah,
job easier.
yeah,
I would like to go to a cloth merchant.
yeah. So it seems to you the class system seems. I mean, the Lord, and then beneath him, the merchants,
Right. That's kind of what I expected for a town of
commoners.
this size.
Yeah.
I would like to go to a cloth merchant, and I would like to go buy a couple different sets of clothing. I want to mix in a few normal things, a few colorful things, but I also want to get the reason I'm here is to get a set of like nice black clothes that don't reflect any light and aren't shiny, So some very dark clothing, but I'll mix in other clothes as well, so it's not just me buying like a set of black clothes.
Okay, fair enough. Do you wish to have them fitted?
Um, no, I say they're for someone else.
Okay, all right. So, how many sets of clothing do you want?
4. One
4
black,
plus. Okay.
one more of like a one nice thing for like presenting myself in nice social situations, which I'll actually keep, and then a combination of this and a combination of that. I don't really care what
Okay.
they are.
All right. The nice clothes cost you a gold. The 2 random sets cost you 2 silver. Um, and you find that he has a black fabric that or a black outfit that is perfectly suited for your needs.
Perfect.
Almost serendipitously so, as if it were designed for such a purpose.
Excellent. I picked that up as well.
And that costs another gold. I will let you if you would like a different black outfit. You could find one for cheap. He has them for cheaper.
I get the gold, the one that's 1 gold, and I try and drop some thieves' cant into the conversation as I'm paying.
Okay, yeah, he seems to understand what you're saying. Do you say
Okay.
anything in particular? Or is it
No, no,
just
no.
like sort of like a test of?
It's more of
Yeah,
a test to see if he knows what I'm buying. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Jesus, everyone here speaks thieves' cant. This town is fucked up, man.
Maybe every town's like this, and you just wouldn't know it if you weren't a thief yourself.
Yeah, maybe. Jeez.
Okay,
All
so
right.
2 gold, 2 silver.
Yeah, I paid it. All right, and then I'll go pick up my lock picks later in the afternoon, and then I'd like to spend the evening bouncing from bar to bar, asking about what's been happening at the castle since the break-in, and try and get the local story on what's going down there.
All right. Sorry. What did you? Okay, you pick up your lockpick. Yeah. And you pay 8 gold.
Yep.
Okay. Um. Okay, and then you start bar hopping.
Bar hopping, one place to another, trying to get information.
Yeah. Why don't you shell out 6 silver over the course of the night for the drinks that you have to buy to obtain this information?
Okay.
So yeah, it does seem that the break-in is still sort of the talk of the town. Yeah, it sounds like some master assassin broke into the keep, attempting to. The general consensus seems to be that the target was actually Lord Ashenholt. Rumors abound about who it was. Some say that it was his half brother, the Lord of Seagate. Others, some spurned lover. Others, the Lady of Brinton, who is the spurned lover and has sent this assassin after him sort of as revenge for putting her off for not being interested or whatever.
Can I get the half brother's name?
They just refer to him as Lord Seagate. He is a blah, blah, blah. His title, he's a duke, so it's either Duke Seagate or Lord Seagate.
Okay.
You don't get his given name. Okay, and since so there's apparently quite a slaughter.
And
Many men at arms and knights were killed in the process, but the Lord was unharmed. Some rumors have it that Lord Ashenholt found the assassin himself and split him head to toe with his bastard sword. Others say he tortured him with his sinister knife bloodletter. And in the time since the attempt, the Lord has pretty much shut himself up in his castle.
Okay.
But numerous riders have come forth from the keep.
Can I get the name of the spurned lady in Brinton?
Yes, her name is Marcella.
Marcella
And
Wallace?
she is actually some noble woman in Brenton.
Okay. If memory serves, Ashenholt was very jealous that he did not get Seagate, that he has been pushed out to this neck of the woods.
You do, yeah. You recall hearing that. I don't remember where, but
Right.
that was one of the rumors.
Okay.
So it sounds like the Lord of Seagate is actually his half brother.
Right. Interesting. Did I get whether the half brother was older or younger?
Um, did you wish to pry into that, or are you
Yeah,
just asking if
absolutely.
it came up? Yeah, if you ask, it sounds like it is his younger brother. Sorry, I didn't mean.
Younger half brother.
So maybe someone before had it wrong. This person's telling you that it's actually a younger stepbrother,
Younger stepbrother.
and you're not able to get the whole lineage inheritance thing straight in your head.
Okay.
But it seems like there's some political,
Yeah,
some
sounds.
politics involved, and the older um, current Lord of Ashenholt was passed up
Oh,
for the
no wonder he's so
younger brother.
pissed. Okay. Um. Hmm. Well, we're an hour in, so let's take ourselves a break.
Yep, and afterwards we can find out what other trouble Qualneer can find his way
Oh, there's
into.
plenty of trouble. Bloodletter's mine is the short of it. You'll give it to me eventually. We'll see how. Um, so we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Ta ta.